It's one of the most confusing truths in relationships. You meet a woman, you do everything right. You text her, you show her that you care, you plan dates, you try to make her feel special. You think you're showing her what a good man looks like. Yet somehow, the more effort you put in, the colder she becomes. Her responses get shorter. Her interest fades. You can feel her slipping away. Then, almost like clockwork, she ends up chasing the man who doesn't chase her, the man who walks away. It leaves you frustrated, confused, and maybe even angry. You start asking yourself what went wrong. You gave her your time, your attention, your effort. Isn't that what women want? The truth is, attraction doesn't work the way you were told. Desire doesn't grow from constant presence. It grows from the risk of loss. It's not the man who tries to prove his value that captures her attention. It's the man who knows he doesn't need to. When a man can walk away, it sends a message on a level deeper than words. It says, "I value myself more than I value your approval." That message triggers something primal. It's the foundation of respect and attraction. You cannot fake it. You either embody it or you don't. But to understand why this works, you first have to understand why chasing fails. Every time you chase, you send invisible signals that speak louder than your words. You tell her that your happiness depends on her. You tell her that her attention means more than your own peace. You tell her that you have no other options. And whether you realize it or not, those signals make her lose interest. A man who chases communicates scarcity. A man who walks away communicates abundance. The first man says, "I need you to complete me." The second says, "I am complete already." The first tries to convince. The second simply allows her to decide. That quiet confidence is what makes him magnetic. Walking away doesn't mean acting cold or manipulative. It's not about pretending you don't care. It's about showing that your sense of self is not dependent on external validation. When you know who you are, you don't need to prove anything. That's what makes the difference between a man who hopes for respect and a man who commands it. The first reason this works is that walking away is the highest act of self-respect. Most men chase because they fear rejection. They think that if they just try harder, she'll see their worth. But what you're really saying is that your worth depends on her recognition. It never does. When you choose to walk away from someone who doesn't value you, you declare that your dignity is not for sale. That act of self-respect changes how you carry yourself. It changes your tone, your presence, your energy. You stop seeking approval, and that shift alone changes how people respond to you. Women sense it instantly. They may not understand it logically, but they feel it. A man who can walk away doesn't just say he has standards. He proves it. You don't need to tell her that you're high value. You demonstrate it by what you refuse to tolerate. It's not a speech. It's a boundary. When she tests you, she's not testing your patience. She's testing your strength. She wants to know if you are the kind of man who stands firm when something doesn't serve him. If you fail that test, attraction dies quietly. If you pass it, she feels it deeply. Now imagine the opposite. The man who keeps pursuing after she's lost interest. Every message he sends, every attempt to get her back, reinforces the same story. He is available at all times. He is predictable. He is safe, but not exciting. She knows his next move before he makes it. And once the mystery is gone, so is the desire. This brings us to the second reason walking away works: the creation of psychological space. The human brain is drawn to mystery. We are wired to notice what is missing more than what is present. When you chase, you remove all mystery. She knows what you want. She knows that no matter what she does, you'll be there. You become the open book she never needs to read again. When you walk away, something shifts. You create silence, and that silence becomes louder than any words you could have said. She starts to wonder why. Why did he stop chasing? Did I do something wrong? What changed? Her mind begins replaying old conversations, looking for clues. This is not manipulation. It's psychology. The mind cannot leave an unanswered question alone. By stepping back, you create that question. You turn her certainty into curiosity. The more she tries to solve it, the more invested she becomes in finding the answer. Suddenly, the focus has flipped. She's no longer evaluating you. She's trying to understand what she lost. This doesn't mean you walk away with anger or bitterness. You don't announce it. You don't post quotes about self-worth online. You simply disappear from the chase. You pull your attention back into your world. You get busy with your life, your goals, your growth. That quiet withdrawal is far more powerful than any confrontation. Her reaction might not be instant. It might take days or weeks, but eventually the silence speaks louder than words. She feels your absence, not because of guilt or manipulation, but because nature abhors a vacuum. When you remove your attention, she feels the emptiness where it used to be, and that void creates tension. Loss aversion is one of the strongest forces in human psychology. People fear losing what they already have far more than they desire gaining something new. When you chase her, you are a potential gain. When you walk away, you become a confirmed loss, and losses trigger action. This is where most men make the mistake of turning back too soon. They think the silence isn't working and go back to chasing, but real power lies in consistency. When you can stay grounded in your absence, she feels the full weight of what she lost. Your attention becomes valuable because it's no longer guaranteed. That's the paradox. The moment you stop giving it away freely, it becomes worth something. The more you hold it, the more she wants it. Not because she's playing games, but because scarcity creates value. What's abundant is ignored. What's rare is desired. But none of this works if you're walking away to get a reaction. If you're waiting for her to chase you, you're still chasing her emotionally. The real power is in walking away because your peace is more important than her approval. You're not waiting for her to miss you. You're focused on building yourself. That's when the energy shifts completely. She may come back or she may not. But either way, you win. Because the man who walks away always keeps his self-respect intact. And when you have that, you never lose. The third reason walking away holds so much power is loss aversion. This is one of the strongest emotional forces known to human behavior. Studies in behavioral psychology prove that the pain of losing something is twice as powerful as the joy of gaining it. When you are always available, she never feels that pain. She knows you'll text again, call again, and wait again. You are not a loss, you are a certainty, and certainty rarely excites anyone. But when you walk away, everything changes. Your attention, your energy, your presence, all of it disappears. What used to be taken for granted is suddenly gone. She doesn't have access to you anymore. She doesn't get your compliments, your messages, your validation. That emotional supply has been cut off, and that's when her brain starts to panic. It's not about you being a jerk. It's about the natural human response to loss. People chase what they feel slipping away. This is not manipulation. It's balance. You're simply reclaiming your energy from where it wasn't valued. You're reminding her that access to you is a privilege, not a guarantee. The moment she realizes that, her perception of your worth changes. But let's go deeper. Loss aversion doesn't only affect her, it affects you too. Every time you chase, you reinforce the fear of losing her. Every time you hold back, you train your mind to stay centered even in uncertainty. That discipline is where your strength grows. Because the man who can remain calm in the face of loss is the man who cannot be controlled. That calm is power. When you master it, you stop reacting emotionally. You start choosing. You stop texting out of anxiety. You stop checking her social media. You stop needing a response. Instead, you redirect that energy into your mission, your health, your vision. The moment you shift your focus from her to your path, she feels it. It's not what you say, it's what you radiate. She can sense that your attention is no longer orbiting her, and that alone shifts the entire dynamic. Which brings us to the final and most important reason, the revelation of higher purpose. A man who can walk away from a woman does so because he is walking towards something greater. His purpose, his ambition, his life mission. A man without purpose will always chase women to fill that void. A man with purpose never needs to. Women are drawn to men who have direction. Not because of status or money, but because purpose gives a man gravity. It makes him centered. When you live for something bigger than approval, you become hard to sway. That unshakable focus is what creates true masculine presence. When a man is grounded in his mission, a woman can feel it. She knows she's not his world, she's a part of his world. She respects that his attention must be earned, not demanded. That respect creates attraction. The more a man prioritizes his mission, the more magnetic he becomes. Because purpose is rare, distraction is everywhere. The man who walks away doesn't do it to prove a point. He does it because his time is sacred. He doesn't argue, he doesn't beg, he doesn't compete. He simply continues forward. That quiet strength makes him unforgettable, not because he's playing games, but because true independence leaves an impression that words never can. When you walk away, you send a silent message. I will not compromise my standards. I will not sacrifice my dignity. I will not chase what does not value me. That message speaks louder than any speech about confidence. It's written in your actions. It's seen in your silence. And this is where most men fail. They confuse walking away with trying to make her jealous. They block her, post quotes online, or talk about how they're moving on. That's not strength, that's noise. Real strength is quiet. The man who truly walks away doesn't announce it. He disappears from the chase and becomes too busy with his own evolution. That stillness is power. Weeks later, when she looks back, she won't remember the words you said. She'll remember the feeling of your absence. She'll remember the peace you carried, the certainty you had. She'll realize she felt safe around that strength, even if she didn't understand it at the time. And when she sees that you've built more, achieved more, grown more, that's when the full impact of your departure hits her. You've become the man who doesn't need to be chosen to know his worth. The man whose validation comes from within. That kind of man doesn't chase because he knows that what's meant for him will never require him to lose himself to get it. This is the paradox of attraction. When you no longer need anyone to complete you, you become complete. When you can live without her, she finds it impossible to live without the idea of you. Not because of manipulation, but because true independence is rare, and rarity commands attention. So stop chasing, stop explaining, stop proving. Every time you do, you lower your value in her eyes and in your own. Build yourself instead. Build your body, your mind, your finances, your purpose. Create a life that excites you, that challenges you, that fulfills you. Let women be drawn to that energy naturally, not because you forced it. The man who walks away is not cold, he is clear. He doesn't hate women. He understands polarity. He knows that real attraction isn't built on constant validation, but on mutual respect and emotional tension. He knows that the woman meant for him will meet him halfway, and when she does, she won't be chasing a fantasy. She'll be drawn to a man who knows himself, who values peace over drama, purpose over approval, dignity over desire. That man doesn't ask for love. He attracts it by the strength of who he has become. So remember this. Walking away isn't about loss. It's about leadership. You lead your emotions instead of letting them lead you. You lead your life instead of waiting for someone else to validate it. You walk away from what doesn't align, not because you stopped caring, but because you care about yourself enough to let go. That's the real reason women want the man who walks away. He is whole without her. He is not chasing completion. He is already complete. His attention is a gift, not a plea. His love is strong because it comes from a place of abundance, not need. And the paradox remains true. The moment you can live without her is the same moment she starts realizing how rare that truly is. So be the man who can walk away. Build your kingdom, guard your peace, respect your value, because when you do, the world begins to respect you too.